Good afternoon, guys. I hope you folks having a great weekend. Now, I did a video on the basically North America, with the certain location we're gonna have some devastating weather in the coming future. I also did one on Europe. Now, it's safe to say that it's now I do one on Canada, which is north of North America, but which is north of the United States. Sorry, both are on the North American continent. That's what I meant to say. I do apologize. I'm just a little sidetracked today. I have to make some notes here. It take me a while to get everything together. Bear with me. I'm looking at some notes that I put together. So basically, in the summertime, which is the hot period, these are the location you basically need to pay attention to. If you live in these location, this is where you're gonna find some basically devastating weather in the coming future, and it's basically going to be on a consistent basis. So these are the location that you guys really, really need to pay attention to. So if you live in this location and you're in Canada, chances are you're going to experience some really bad, devastating weather. I want to say devastating weather. Look at what's going on in Texas, folks, with those flooding. Look at what's going on in New Mexico. Look at what's going on in China with also that huge flood in China maybe 2 weeks ago. Basically is what I'm talking about, and you're going to basically experience the same thing during the wintertime, because I also do some listings for the cold season. Basically, a winter blizzard, a serious winter blizzard, is no different than a crazy rainstorm. It's just the water is frozen and it's coming down like snow instead of liquid. So basically, it's the same thing. So I'm going to give you a few locations during the summertime for Canada and also the wintertime. First and foremost, I did mention Alberta, Canada, and I'm also going to break down Alberta, Canada is the place where it definitely going to happen. I'm also going to give you different location in Alberta, Canada, where you expect these things to be taking place. So Alberta, Canada is definitely number one. Saskatchewan, I hope I pronounce that correct. If I butcher these words, I do apologize. Saskatchewan over there in Canada also is a location where you guys need to pay attention to during the summertime, and this is basically the location for the summer period, the hot period, basically, where you're going to have devastating weather. And British Columbia, you're also going to see some of these bad weather happening in British Columbia over there in Canada. And Saskatchewan, you'll also see that happening there. But as I said before, Alberta, Canada is where you're going to see most of these activity taking place. So let me list a few places in Alberta, Canada. Basically, the southern part and the central part of Alberta, Canada is where you guys really, really need to focus on if you are in Canada. These are the location where you will see these devastating floods, devastating storms happening in the coming future, which is close. So High River is south. High River over there in Alberta, Canada, that's south. And Calgary, Okotoks, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Cochrane, Red Deer, Lacombe, up to the Rocky Mountain House, and Ponoka to the north. So also north of Alberta, Canada, north, you'll also see some devastating weather happening. It will go all the way, as I said before, up to the Rocky Mountain House, and also to north all the way up to Ponoka. Once again, guys, bear with me. I'm doing my best here with these words. Once again, in Alberta, Canada, these are the areas that you guys really need to pay attention to: is High River, Calgary, Okotoks, Cochrane, Red Deer, Lacombe. So if you know these areas and you live in these areas, these are the areas that's going to be affected during the warm period or the summertime. And again, you will see that in British Columbia. I know I'm repeating myself, just in case you guys missed it. And also Saskatchewan over there in Canada. Now, let me go to the winter period, the cold period, sorry. Now, for the cold period, which is the winter time, you're going to see these happening mostly in Yukon, 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 and the northern territories of Canada. So anywhere up to the northern territories of Canada, you'll see some devastating weather taking place. Also, Yukon, and also you'll also see this happening again in British Columbia. So British Columbia will be affected both in the summertime and also in the winter period. And again, another location in Canada for the winter period is Yukon, and the northern territories of Canada is where you're going to get these crazy devastating weather. I hope this information helped people, man. I did one again, as I said yesterday, for the Europe, for my friends and followers over there in Europe. I got a lot of great feedback on it, so I was like, oh wow. So let me do one for Canada, and also a lot of these winter clouds, the storms that's happening in Canada will also come all the way down to the United States, which it will affect places like Idaho, Utah, and Colorado during the wintertime. I'm talking about the wintertime now for Canada. And once again, guys, for Canada for the wintertime, these locations where you're going to find the devastating weather, you're going to find it once again in British Columbia, Yukon, and the Northern Territories. And again, let me repeat myself, for the summertime in Canada, you'll find it in these locations. Saskatchewan will be affected by devastating weather, and British Columbia will be affected. Alberta, Canada for sure. And so when I say British Columbia, that means I'm talking about the entire section of British Columbia, Saskatchewan, the entire section of Saskatchewan. Now I get more specific with with Alberta, Canada, location like High River, Calgary, Okotoks, Cochrane, Red Deer, Lacombe, you'll also get these weather all the way up to the Rocky Mountain House and Ponoka. That's the northern part of Canada. And once again, guys, this video that I'm doing is for my followers over there in Canada, and I hope this information helps. During the dry season, guys, is when you're going to find really most of the flooding and most of the devastating weather happening. And the dry season, once again, will be affecting areas like Alberta, Canada, and the places that in Alberta, Canada is like High River, Calgary, Okotoks, Cochrane, Red Deer, and Lacombe, up to the Rocky Mountain House. And also you'll see Saskatchewan get affected during the summertime, and also British Columbia. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for always watching my video. And for my friends over there in Canada, I hope this information helped. I'll list you all the location where I'm foreseeing devastating weather taking place in the coming future. Ciao. Love you folks. Have a great weekend.